O CM Siait, Huck Squile Tanoya, Carolyn Roberts Quinnen Sna, Tanach Cha Tela Skomish Okameach, Tanach Cha Tela Nukwakwa Okameach. It is an honor today to be a visitor upon the Kwantlen, the Katzie, and the Matsquis ancestral territories. For thousands and thousands of years, our ancestors sought to walk gently upon this land, to nurture it and to take care of it in order for us to be here today. And for that, I am so thankful. Today, we are seeking a new relationship with the First Peoples of this territory, a relationship that is built upon honor and deep respect. And in order for that to happen, we need to start to educate ourselves about the history of the land in which we live upon. And that's why we start with acknowledging the territories and acknowledging the nations who took care of this land before the settlers came upon us. So with that, when you hear the acknowledgements of these territories, it's a conversation starter. And it's a thing to make you wonder, whose land are you on? Whose land do you work upon? Whose land do you live upon? And who you visit? And what does that mean for the people that have lived there before? And what does that mean as you living there? And how do you build that relationship and bridge that in order to move forward into reconciliation? So it's a thing to start those conversations, to start having those conversations in order for all of us to be able to move forward in reconciliation. And usually when we hear the words of acknowledging the territory, we hear this word called unceded territory. And today we are on the unceded territory of the Kwantlen, the Katzie, and the Matsqui First Nations. And that word lives somewhere up in the academic world. And it's a word that we don't always make connections to. So when you hear that word, I'd like you to make the connection of what the word means. And the word means that this land that we are upon today was never bought, and it was never sold, and it was never traded to the settlers that came. Our ancestors never sold this land. It was never bought from them, and it was never traded. So that's something that I'd like you to keep in mind when you hear the acknowledgements, when you do the acknowledgements, to make that connection. And what does it mean to you personally when you say that and when you hear that? It's a huge honor for me to be able to speak my ancestral language, which is a language that is slowly dying, unfortunately, because we don't have a lot of speakers left. But this morning when I welcomed you in the traditional language of the Squamish people. And I said, hello and welcome, honored guests. And my name is Carolyn Roberts. And I come from the Squamish Okameach, which means Squamish village. And my ancestors come from the Nukwakwa Okameach, which is the Nukwakwa village. I was asked to join you today to help welcome you and open in a good way, in a traditional way that we usually do when we welcome people. So when we gather together, we always like to start by opening up our hearts and our minds in a good way so that the work that we're going to do here today is done in a good way. So I've had the privilege to work in the Langley School District and work with some amazing ladies that have taught me a song that I would like to share with you today to open up our hearts and our minds. And it's called the Cherokee Morning Song. This song is used at the break of day to welcome the day in a good way, a'ekila. So I would like to share that with you today. If you don't have a drum with you, you can tap your hand, the back of your hand with me, but keep a steady beat if you can. I'm also a music teacher. So. Winde aho, winde ah. ya, windy ya. Oh, ho, 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 hey, ho, ya, ya, ya. Windy ya, ho, windy ya, ho, windy ya, windy ya. Oh, ho, 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 hey, ho, ya, ya, ya. Windy ya, ho, windy ya, ho, windy ya, windy ya. Oh, ho, 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 hey, ya, ya, ya. You guys have an amazing sense of steady beat. Thank you. I really wish everybody a truly amazing day. It sounds like it's going to be so wonderful, and I'm glad to be a part of it, to opening up your hearts and your mind. So today is going to go in such a good way. A'ekila. Hayachika, friends.